Hey there, this is Wesley Smith with TreeServiceDigital.com, and I wanted to do a quick video slash podcast episode on kind of the importance of being consistent in your business, in your tree service business, in a variety of different ways. So consistency in business is crucial because kind of what you do every day, what you do every minute of every day, every week, every month, every quarter, every year, is kind of how everyone in your local area, your customer base kind of perceives you, right? And takes your business and kind of just decides on what type of business you are. So I wanted to go over a couple of key points here for consistency in your business. And this is what we see because we work with almost 50 tree service clients across the country. And the most successful tree service businesses are just consistent across the board with a number of different things. So since we kind of take a look at everything, step back, 100-foot aerial view and see these business owners and what they're doing, how they're operating and different things in their business, I figured it would be kind of beneficial, maybe provide some value just to put together a quick episode on kind of how being consistent really affects your business short-term and long-term, to be honest with you, the whole thing. So consistency in business is kind of the number one thing. And here's some of the reasons and some of the ways to be consistent in your business. So number one, you want to be consistent with your customer service, right? People kind of expect a certain product, a certain way to be treated, a certain maybe, being on time for appointments. Customer service can mean a lot of different things, but it's really about just taking care of the customer, putting them number one, treating them number one, and making sure they're happy before the work's done or when the work is complete. Make sure they're 100% satisfied every time, because what that consistency in customer service is going to do for you is going to lead to a ton more referrals, a ton more recommendations, more Google reviews, more Facebook reviews, more testimonials for your business. And what that's going to ultimately do is drive more business, right? More people are going to call you and just be willing to give you the credit card to get the work done just because you've helped their friend, their family member, somebody that they trust. So being consistent with your customer service, I think, goes a long way in the long-term success of your business. And that just doing anything you can to make everybody happy. Now, of course, there's going to be unreasonable clients and customers here and there. We see it, you probably see it with homeowners. They're never happy or something like that. So even if you come back and make it right, they're still not happy. So that's going to happen from time to time. But if you really minimize those types of things, your business will continue to make leaps forward every quarter, every year, every decade. You'll just continue to grow because you're getting more positive experiences out of the work you're doing than bad experiences, right? So that's number one. Number two is be consistent with your employees and kind of the message that you drive to the people that work for you and take care of your business, and just be consistent with the way you treat them. Don't be an up and down person. Make sure you congratulate them and make sure that they want to come to work every day. Of course, sometimes in this environment, it's tough to hire people. It's been really tough since COVID hit. There's been a lack of labor out there in the workforce. So be consistent with your employees, take care of them, let them know what to expect, what you expect out of them. And they'll be happier too, because there's no guesswork as to what they should be doing. You've laid it all out for them. You're consistent with them. Maybe you've got a database like Single Ops or Jobber or Arbor Gold or ArboStar that everybody puts all the customer information into, so everybody can kind of depend on that system. That's consistency in the business, right? So everything you can to be consistent, day to day, month to month, week to week, all that stuff is crucial for even the people that work for you, your employees. Number three is consistency with marketing to bring in new customers, right? So a lot of times you get super slam busy, right? You're booked out a month, 2 months, whatever. And then it's like, let's just stop all the marketing right now. Let us catch our breath. What's going to happen is over that next month, as you fulfill all the works that you have, like on the calendar, you get all the tree work done and everybody's caught up, then all of a sudden you've got this big gap in work and everybody's slow for a couple of weeks while you ramp the marketing back up. And that's a really common thing that we see in the smaller companies, like one crew, maybe 2 crew companies, because they just get covered up and they get really busy. But I just want to encourage you to stay consistent with the marketing, because you don't want those ebbs and flows of your business where 1 month you're doing 100,000 in sales and the next month you're only doing 40,000 in sales, or even vice versa. Let's say you're kind of newer and maybe you're doing 30,000 a month in sales, and so you quit marketing because you get covered up, and then the next month maybe you only do 15. So it can really hurt your business, those big roller coaster ride ups and downs. And then some months you might have the capability, some months you might say, well, you know what, I don't want to spend any money on marketing because we had truck broke down, or we had to buy a new chipper, so we got a lot of expenses. But you need to keep that phone ringing so the opportunities continue to come through, and you keep talking to new customers who need work done, because it's only a matter of time before somebody needs a $5,000 job, $10,000 job done. And if you're too busy and you're not doing the marketing, you're not going to get that opportunity. So even if you're super slammed busy with a lot of work, you can put off some of the maybe trimming jobs and the lower cost, lower margin jobs. And if you're doing the marketing consistently, a big one is going to come through ultimately, because they always do. And you can kind of rearrange your schedule to go take care of that bigger profitable job to get it knocked out. But if you're not doing the marketing consistently because you got too busy, well, then you're not even going to get that opportunity, right? So it's really crucial to stay consistent in your marketing and your messaging for your business. And keep your logo the same, your trucks looking the same, website, Google Map listing, Facebook, Google AdWords, all that stuff looking the same across the board with your logo, your messaging. And just keep it out there all the time. Even maybe you got to scale back just a little bit, but keep the marketing going even when you're busy, even when you're the busiest, because that's going to pay dividends when the slow season does get here. And slow seasons happen every year, whether it be in Thanksgiving, Christmas, maybe first of the year type thing, gets a little slower, and even during the summer, during July 4th or kids going back to school, etc. So you want to make sure you're constantly doing the marketing and stay consistent with that. Number 4 is, last but not least, but consistency on job sites and cleanup. And this kind of goes back to customer service, right? You want to make sure you're giving every customer a very, very good experience. But if you're consistent with like cleaning up on the jobs and making sure that you just take a lot of pride in delivering good quality tree service work and cleaning up, doing what you say you're going to do, not cutting and chopping up the logs and leaving them on the customer site for a week when you're telling them you're going to pick it up the next day, things like that, they go a long way in the perception of your business. So if you just stay to your word, true to your word, what you tell the clients and customers you're going to do, and sometimes there may be something that just comes up, right? But if you call the customer and let them know, hey, look, we're going to be a couple days late picking up the logs and getting the debris hauled off. We really apologize, but we had an issue with the truck, we had an issue with personnel, whatever that may be. People understand, but just be consistent with that customer service message, right? Let them know that it's going to take a little bit longer. So consistency on job sites and cleanup to where it looks better than when you got there. So like when you got there, it might have been a little dirty. You did all the tree work, you cleaned up, made it look even better than it did before. That's going to go a long way in getting referrals, which kind of goes in with number 1, the customer service. But I wanted to kind of just make that a point too, because we see that a lot of times on reviews with our clients. If we get a client and they get a bad review, a lot of times, not all the time, but probably half the time or a quarter of the time, it's because they didn't go back and clean up the tree work, right? Maybe they said they were, or the customer thought they were. So this expectations being set with the customer, going back and cleaning up the job site, making it cleaner than it was before you got there, is a key ingredient to getting referrals and having a positive experience with your business. Another thing too is put signs out on every single job that you do in the neighborhood, because if you got signs in the customer's yard that you're doing the tree work for, well, chances are they know a lot of the neighbors, right? And the neighbors trust them. So if they trust you to do the tree work, well, then the neighbors are going to trust you to do the tree work too. And they're going to want you to come over there. That's a big thing, having your trucks lettered and logoed and having signs in the yard. So when you leave, your business is still being displayed right there in the yard until they pick the sign up. So I just wanted to do this quick video, consistency in business. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and like our channel, subscribe to our channel for new updates on tree service marketing tips, tricks, and hacks, and expert interviews with $1 million plus tree companies and other industry experts within the tree care industry. And if you're on the podcast, subscribe to the podcast. We got plenty more content coming out. If you want to ever schedule anything with us, just go to our website, treeservicedigital.com. You can go to /schedule. Happy to go over your business, your local market, what we can do to help you, how you can grow your business, or you can give us a call, 770-637-3707. Until next time, we'll talk to you then. Thank you.